To watch these important lessons, subscribe to DP Education's YouTube channel right now. Click on the bell icon to stay updated on the latest lessons. Sri Lanka's largest free online school, DP Education.
Hello O-level students. Today I am going to discuss End of Year Evaluation 2020 Department of Education North Central Province paper. So this is first paper and you get 2 hours. So there are 2 parts, part A and part B. Part A you get 25 short questions and part B you get 5 long questions. So each question in part A you get 2 marks and for part B questions you get 10 marks and spaces are given. So make sure that you write all the answers within the space provided. So this is page number 1 to 5, questions 6 to 9, then 10 to 13, 14 to 17, and then 18 to 22, 21 to 25. Then you get part B long questions. Question number 1, 2, then 3, 4, and then question number 5. So let's do this paper now. This is the part 5, last part. Question number 1, what is the most suitable value for root 57? So how we find out that? We can use by calculating the square numbers. What are the square numbers in between? 57, 8 times 8, 64, 7 times 7, 49. So that's in between these 2 values. So when you take the square root, you can see that that's in between 7 and 8. How find out the decimal value? So this is the easiest way to find. Take the difference between these 2 and these 2. So 57 minus 49, 8. So you get the fraction 8 over, what is the difference between these 2? 64 and 49. 15. So 8 over 15. Roughly, what's the value? 8 divided by 15. 0. For 80, that's like 5. And then for 50, 15 times 4, that's 60. 3. 45. So it's about roughly 0.5. So what's the approximated value? For root 57, that's 7.5. So you can select 7.5. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 2, factorize. So this is a quadratic expression and how you find out the factors? Find the factors of minus 18. When you add the factors, you need to get plus 7. What are the factors? 9 and 2, but middle term is plus. So that means plus 9 and negative 2. So you can straight away write down the factors. X squared is x and x. Factors of minus 18 is plus 9 and minus 2. If you can't write at once, make sure that you split the middle term 7x2 plus 9x and minus 2x and then take first 2 and last 2 separately and factorize. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 3. In the triangle AC is equal to BC and ABC angle is equal to 2 times ACB. If this is x, this is 2x. find the magnitude of ABC. That means 2x. So this is an isosceles triangle. If this is 2x, this is also 2x. Then we know sum of angles of a triangle is 180. So you can add all the angles. That's 2, 2, 1. That's 5x equals 180 degrees. X becomes 180 divided by 5. So you get 3, 6, 36. But you need ABC angle. That's 2x, 2 times 36. You get 72 degrees. So you get 2 marks for that as well. Question number 4. Find the least common multiple of 6xy, 8y squared, 4y. So find the factors, prime factors. 6 you can write 2 times 3. 8 you can write 2 to the power 3. 2 times 2 times 2. 4 you can write 2 to the power 2. To find the lowest common multiple, you take the highest power for all factors. When it's 2, that's 2 to the power 3 is the highest one. 3 just once, and y becomes y squared, and x is just 1x value. So what is the answer? 2 to the power 3 is 8. 8 times 3, 24. X, y squared is the lowest common multiple of all these 3 numbers. So you get 2 marks. Question number 5. Find the volume of a prism of area of cross section is 24 square centimeters and the height is 12 centimeters. So what is the volume of a prism? Area of the cross section multiplied by the height or length is the volume of the prism. So 24 multiplied by 12. This is in cubic centimeters. So 12 times 4, 48, 4 remaining. 12 times 2, 24 plus 4, 28. So 288 cubic centimeters. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 6. In the quadrilateral ABCD, AB equals CD and AB is parallel to CD. Fill in the blanks. DCA angle is equal to which one? CAB. What's the reason? Alternate angles are equal. You don't have to write down, but we'll do that. Alternate angles. So ADC triangle is congruent. ADC triangle is congruent to ABC. What's the case? So let's see. Length is equal, angle is equal, and this is also equal. AC is common. 2 sides and included angle. So that's SAS. So because if you are writing that down separately, you can write DCA angle is equal to CAB. Then CD equals AB. Opposite angles, opposite sides of a parallelogram. And then AC is common. So SAS. So you get 2 marks, 1 for each blank. Question number 7. Find the arc length of the sector of center O. So this length you need to find. This is a quarter of a circle. So what is the arc length? Angle is 90 over 360, or you can write 1/4 into 2 pi. Pi is 22 over 7 and radius is 14. 14 is the radius. So simplify. This is 4. 7 times 2. 2 and 2 cancel out with this 4. So you get 22 centimeters is the arc length. So 2 marks for that. Question number 8. In the rhombus PQRS, the diagonals PR and QS intersect at O. PR is 12. PR, this length is 12. So this is bisecting. So that means 6 and 6. QS is 16. So that means this is also bisecting 8 and 8. Find the length of a side of a rhombus. What you know about the diagonals? Diagonals bisect at 90 degrees. So we can think about the right angle triangle. One side is 6, the other side is 8. So use the Pythagoras theorem to find the side of the rhombus. So what is PQ squared is equal to 6 squared plus 8 squared. That's 36 and 8 squared is 64. You get 100. When you take the square root, you get 10 as the side of the rhombus. That's PQ. So all these sides are equal in a rhombus. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 9. Simplify algebraic fractions with different denominators, 2x and 8x. What's the lowest common multiple of 2 and 8? That's 8. So x is there, so you have to take 8x. So that means you have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 4 to get 8x in the first fraction. So you get 4. The other one you write as it is. 4 plus 3, you get 7 over 8x. 2 marks for that. Question number 10. ABC is an equilateral triangle. ABC. That means all sides should be equal. Q is the midpoint of CD. So we'll put one line because already marked with 2 lines. Or 3, something, a different sign. So we'll mark it like this. Q is the midpoint of CD. P is the midpoint of BD. If PQ is 6 centimeters, find the perimeter of the triangle ABC. So what you can tell about this triangle? Q is the midpoint, P is the midpoint. So midpoints are connected. So we know that according to midpoint theorem, BC is double of this length. So we can straight away write down BC equals 6 times 2. That's 12 centimeters according to midpoint theorem. So if this is 12, what is the perimeter of the triangle? You have to add all the lengths. 12 into 3, you get 36 centimeters as the perimeter of the triangle ABC. So you get 2 marks. Question number 11. Matrix A is 2 by 2 matrix. Matrix B is 2 rows and 1 column, 2 by 1. Find the matrix AB. Can we multiply? What's the condition? Number of columns in the first one should be equal to number of rows in the second one. So it's okay. So that means the resulting matrix is 2 rows and 1 column. So you get two values. How you find out these two values? This first one is first row, first column value. So you have to multiply first row with first column. Minus 2 times 1 plus 1 times minus 3. Minus 2 and minus 3, you get minus 5. Then the second one is second row, first column. 3, 0 with 1 and minus 3. So 3 times 1 plus 0 times minus 3. So you get 3 there. So the resulting matrix is minus 5 and 3. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 12. The height of a right cylindrical shaped concrete post is 3 meters. So it's a cylindrical shape. This is 3 meters. The radius of the post is 14 centimeters. This is 3 meters. If curved surface of the cylinder is to be painted, curved surface, so that means 2 pi RH. Find the area to be painted. So 2 pi RH is the area, curved surface area. So when you are substituting, make sure that all measurements are in 1 unit. Pi is 22/7. If you take radius as 14 centimeters, what is the height? Height should be 300, not 3. 3 meters multiplied by 100 and you get 300 centimeters. So 7 times 2. Then how you multiply? 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. Into 300 into 11. So you can do 300 times 8 is 2400 multiplied by 11. How you multiply this by 11 easily? You separate out the first digit and the last digit and then you add 0. 0 plus 4, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 26,400 square centimeters because it's about an area. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 13. Child observes a ball on the ground at the angle of depression of 40 degrees from the top of the building of height 8 meters. So if this is the building, this is 8 meters. An angle of depression from 20 meters away from the bottom of the building. So if it's the bottom of the building here, angle of depression is 40. So what is 40? This angle is 40 degrees with the horizontal line. And this one is 40 as well. So this is 90 degrees. Indicate the data in the diagram. So you can show that this is 48 and 90 degrees. For all three, we can give 2 marks. If one is not there, that means you are getting half of the marks. Question number 14. O is the center of the circle. Find the value of x. So O is somewhere else, not here. So when you look at the diagram, what is this angle? This is also 40. Same segment angles are equal. Then easily you can find x. What is the x value? Sum of opposite interior angles is equal to exterior angle. 40 plus 20, that's 60 degrees. You get 2 marks for that. Question number 15. Find the gradient of the straight line. So we'll mark these points. This one is 0, 1. This point is given 1, 2. How you find out the gradient? Difference between y coordinates, that means 2 minus 1, over difference between x coordinates, 1 minus 0. 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 minus 0 is 1. Gradient is 1. Two marks for that. Question number 16. In the figure, AB is parallel to CD. Find the value of x. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. What can you say? The exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. So this should be x. And when the two lines are parallel, allied angles add up to 180. So you can write 100 plus x equals 180 because of allied angles. So what is x? 180 minus 100. So 80 degrees. 2 marks for that. Question number 17. 6 men take So we'll write 6 men take 3 days. 6 men, 3 days to complete exact half of a week. How many men should be involved to complete the work within 4 days? So this is half of a week. So how many man days needed for half of a week? 6 times 3, 18. Full week, how many man days? You have to multiply by 2. So 36 man days needed to complete for the full work. Then it says, how many men should be involved to complete the work within 4 days? So 4 days here, this is for all 7 days. So how many men needed? 36 divided by 4. That means 9 men needed to complete the work within 4 days. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 18. O is the center of the circle. Find the value of A. This angle. So what can you say about that? Here can you see AB is the diameter. So this is 90 degrees. Semicircle angles are 90 degrees. If this is 90 and this is 15, what is this angle? 90 minus 15. 75 here. Then what can you say about the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral? Adds up to 180. So we can write A plus 75 is equal to 180. So what is it? 180 minus 75. So 105 degrees. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 19. Express the shaded region in words. What is A? Students who wear mask. B is girls of the class. Students of the class is the whole thing. So wearing mask as well as this is outside the circle B means not girls. That means the boys who are wearing masks. The boys who are wearing masks is the shaded part. So 2 marks for that. Question number 20. Find the distance traveled by a vehicle in 10 seconds when it travels at the uniform speed of 72 kilometers per hour. Speed is given and the time. So you have to find the distance. So what is the equation? Distance equals to speed into time. So speed is given 72 kilometers per hour. So you have to convert time, that's seconds, to hours. So 10 seconds, how you convert to hours? You have to divide by 60 and another 60. Convert to minutes and then again convert to hours. Now simplify. 6 times 10, 6 times 1, so 12. Then 6 times 2, this one with 5. So that means this is 1 over 5. 1 over 5 means 0.2 kilometers. So multiplied by 1000 to get meters. So 200 meters is the distance traveled. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 21. Express in index notation LG. LG5 is equal to 0.6990. What is LG? That means base 10. You can rewrite this as log 10 base 5. Then how you convert to index notation? 10 to the power 0.6990 is equal to 5. That's the index notation. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 22. While A and B are two independent events, probability of A is 1/3 and probability of B is 2/5. Find the intersection. So what is the equation? If the two events are independent, you can write the intersection as multiplication of the two probabilities. So probability of A is 1/3. Probability of B is 2/5. So multiply. 2 times 1, 2. 5 times 3, 15. So 2 over 15 is the probability of A intersection B. So you get 2 marks for that as well. Question number 23. 720 rupees is paid for a trade building as rate for a quarter and Provincial Council charges 8% annual rate. Find the annual assessed value of the building. So quarter value is 720. So what is the annual value? Annual rates 720 times 4 because there are 4 quarters. 0, 8, 28. So 2,880. So this is 8% value. So you need to find out the 100% value. So what is the assessed value? This is 8% value. So divide by 8 and multiply by 100. 8 times 3, 24. 48 means 6. 360 times 100. You get 36,000 rupees is the assessed value of the building. So you get 2 marks there. Question number 24. Find the interquartile range of the following data. You have to check whether this is in order. So this data set is in order. So first you can cross out and find out the median, first quartile and the third quartile. The difference between the first and the third is the interquartile range. So let's take all the values. cross it out and find out the median first. So this is median. Then you take the first half and find the first quartile. Cross it out again and find the middle of the first one. So first quartile is 3. What about the second part? You cross it out and find out the third quartile. That's 9. So the difference between the two quartiles, Q3 minus Q1, is the interquartile range. 9 minus 3, you get 6. So 2 marks for that. Question number 25. The diagram shows a sketch of the land PQRS. There is a wall 10 meters away from the boundary PQ. Find the location of M on the wall equidistant from SP and SR. So you don't have to use the compass. This is a sketch. So equidistance to SR and SP is the angle bisector. So when you are taking the compass, you take certain distance and then find the angle bisector. So after you get the angle bisector, the intersecting point with the angle bisector and this line is the point M. So you can mark this angle is equal to this angle. So you get 2 marks, 1 for showing the angle bisector and 1 for marking the point M. So we completed all 25 short questions and make sure that you do each question within 2 minutes. So let's do part B now. Part B, first question is about fractions. So let's do that. In a certain quarantine center, 1/6 of the amount of separated money for sanitation, 1/3 of the amount for laboratory experiments, and 2/3 of the balance amount is used for food and the rest of the other needs. Find the total fraction of amount of money separated for sanitation and lab experiments from the whole separated money. So 1/6 for sanitation and 1/3 of the amount for laboratory experiments. So just add these two. Find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 3, that's 6. That means you have to multiply this by 2 to get 6. So 1 times 2, 2. So 3/6, or you can simplify and write half. So how many marks for this part? You are getting 3 marks for this part. Now let's do the next part. Find the amount separated for food as a fraction of the total. Now half of the amount is already for sanitation and experiments. Then it says 2/3 of the balance amount is used for food. So what is the balance now? Balance is also half. Half. 1 minus half is half. So out of that, it says 2/3 for food. So what is the fraction for food? Half of 2/3. So when you simplify, you get 1/3 for food. So how many marks for that? You're getting 2 marks. Part 3. If the amount separated for other needs is 120,000 rupees, find the total amount separated to the center. So what's the balance now? What's the used part? So half is used and 1/3 is used for food. So used fractions. Fraction is this. So 6 is the common denominator. 3 times 2. Here 3. Here 3 plus 2. 5. 5/6. So what is the remaining? Is 1 minus 5/6. That means 1 you can write 6/6 minus 5/6. That's 1/6 is remaining. That part is 120,000 rupees. 1/6 is 120,000 rupees. So what about the total money? So that means altogether 6 parts. 120,000 multiplied by 6. So what's the total? 720,000 rupees. So how many marks for that? You are getting 3 marks. Part 4. Find the ratio between the amount separated for food and sanitation. For food, it's 1/3. Let's check. Food, that's 1/3. For sanitation, it's 1/6. So the ratio 1/3 to 1/6, food and sanitation. So we'll multiply both sides by 6. So 3 times 2. So the ratio is 2 to 1. So how many marks for that one? 2 marks. So we have given 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 2 is about perimeter here, and there's a distance time graph also. The diagram shows a sketch of a playground A, B, C, D. This one. The whole thing is a sketch of a playground. A, B, C, D is a trapezium and BCE is a sector. So it's 90 degrees here. AB is 8, AD is 20 and DC is 10. Find the radius of the sector. How you find the radius? We'll draw a line here, horizontal line. What happens here? When you draw the horizontal line, this part is given. This is 8. So this is 8. And you can easily find out this distance using the right angle triangle. So how you find out this part? 10 squared minus 8 squared is this distance. We'll put another letter. We'll take F. So DF I can write 10 squared minus 8 squared and take the square root. 100 minus 64 square root becomes square root of 36. That's 6 centimeters. This is 6. Then the whole distance is 20. So 20 minus 6, this distance becomes 20 minus 6, 14 centimeters. So this distance and this distance are the same. So what is the radius of the sector? 14 centimeters. How many marks for that? You are just getting 1 mark. Part 2, find the perimeter of the playground. Perimeter of the playground. So we have to find out this arc length first and then add all these lengths to find the perimeter. So what's the perimeter? 20 plus 10 plus 8. And this is 14. That's a radius. And the arc length. How you find the arc length? This is a quarter of a circle. 1/4 of 2 pi r. 2 times 22 over 7 we can take as pi, and radius is 14. 30, 40, 48 and 52 here. Simplify this one, 7 and 2. This 2 cancel out with this 4. So you get 22. 52 plus 22, 74 meters is the perimeter of the playground. How many marks? You are getting 2 marks for that. Question number 3, part 3. Find the area of the playground. So you have to find the area of the trapezium plus area of the quarter of a circle. So area becomes area of the trapezium. How you find out? Length of the 2 parallel sides, 20 and 14, divide by 2 and multiply by the perpendicular height. That's 8. Plus, what's the area of a sector? 1/4, because this is a quarter of a circle, into pi r squared. Pi is 22 over 7, radius is 14. So 14 times 14. 20 plus 14 is 34. This 2 and this one, you get 4 here. Simplify this one, 7 times 2. This 2 and this 2, you get cancel out with this 4. So 11 times 14, how you multiply easily? Separate out 1 and 4 and then add 4 and 1. That's 5. 154. 34 times 4, 136 plus 154. So what's the total? 0. Then 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9. 290 square meters is the area of the playground. So how many marks for that? So you are getting 3 marks for that. Then let's see the next part. Part B. It's about distance time graph. Distance in kilometers and time in minutes. Find the speed from A to B. This one. So the gradient is the speed of a distance time graph. So when you take this distance, what is that? In between 10 and 20, that means 15. So this height is 15 and this distance is 10. So what is the speed? Height is 15, that's in kilometers. And time is in minutes. That's 10. We'll convert this to hours. 10 divided by 60. Then you are getting the speed in kilometers per hour. 15, so this one is 1 over 6. 15 divided by 1 over 6, you can write as multiplication of 6 over 1. So 15 times 6, 90 kilometers per hour. That's the speed. You are getting 2 marks for that part. Let's take the next one. Find the average speed from A to D. A to D, the whole thing. So how you find the average speed? Total distance divided by the total time taken. Is the average speed. What's the total distance traveled? 30 kilometers from this point, 0 to 30. Total time, that's 30 minutes. So 30 minutes you can divide by 60 to get hours. So what is the average speed? 30 multiplied by 2. 30 divided by half means 30 multiplied by 2. So 60 kilometers per hour. So you are getting 2 marks for that. So we have given 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do the next one. Question number 3. When a motorcycle worth 275,000 is imported, the tax of 60% is charged. Find the value of the motorcycle after paying the tax. So you have to add the tax amount to the original value. So straight away you can get it from this method. If the value is 100, with the tax you have to pay 160 rupees. If the value is, original value is 275,000, what's the value with the tax? 160 divided by 100 into 275,000. Otherwise, what you have to do? You find the separate tax amount and you have to add it to 275,000. So this way it's easy. 2 zeros get cancelled out. 0, 0, 2 zeros are there. So that means you have to multiply 275 by 16. 10 and 6. Multiply by 1. 6 times 5, 30. 3 remaining. 6 times 7, 42 plus 3, 45. 4 remaining. 6 times 2, 12. 12 plus 4, 16. When you add it, you get 4,400 here, and with these 2 zeros altogether 440,000 rupees is the value of the motorcycle with the tax. So how many marks for this part? You are getting 2 marks. Part 2, when the motorcycle is sold for 462,000 rupees, find the percentage of profit the seller received. So what is the profit gaining? 462,000 is the selling price. What's the buying price? 440,000. So the difference is the profit. 22,000 rupees. So what is the percentage profit? Profit divided by the original value. What is the original value? 440,000. And then to convert to percentage, you multiply by 100%. 3 zeros get cancelled out and 1 zero here. 22 times 2, 10 divided by 2, that's 5%. So the percentage profit is 5%. So how many marks for this part? You are getting 3 marks. 1 mark, 1 mark. and this one 1 mark. Part B, Samit invested 75,000 rupees in a company to buy shares of 25 rupees each. That's the buying price. When the company pays 15 rupees per share as dividend, find the annual dividend income received by Samit. So first you have to find out number of shares he bought. So how many shares he bought? Number of shares is equal to, the invested amount is 75,000 and each one with 25 rupees. So when you divide, you get 3,000 shares he bought. Then each share he gets 15 rupees after the year. So what is the dividend income? $3,000 shares are there, each with 15 rupees. So multiply by 15. 3 zeros, 3 times 15, that's 45. So dividend income is 45,000 rupees. So you get 2 marks for that. 1 mark for finding shares and 1 mark for finding the answer. Then it says, after Samit obtained income from the first year, then he sold all the shares at 40 rupees each. After that, he invested the amount taken by selling the shares and dividend to buy shares of 50 rupees each in another company. He obtained dividend income of 66,000 from second investment. Find the number of shares bought from the second company. So what is the total amount he got from selling all shares? So 3,000 shares are there. So 3,000 into 40 is the selling price. 3,000 shares into 40 each. 2, 3, 4. 120,000 rupees. And from the dividend income, he got 45,000 rupees. So total amount is, you have to add 45 to this amount. 165,000 rupees is the total amount. Now he is buying another set of shares with 50 rupees each. So how many shares he bought? Now you have to find out number of shares again. 165,000 is the total invested amount. Divide by 50 rupees. 3,300 shares he bought from the second company. Then it says he obtained income of 66,000 rupees as a dividend income. So you can divide 66,000 by 3,300 and find what's the dividend income per share. So here in this part, you need to find the number of shares bought from the second company. So we have already completed that part. So for this part, you are getting 2 marks. So for this part, you are getting 2 marks. And the last part, what is the dividend per share of the second company? So that one is the dividend income is 66,000 rupees divided by the number of shares. So 66,000 is the dividend income. 3,300 shares bought. Divide and you can get the dividend per share. Two zeros, 33 times 2. So 20 rupees. So how many marks for that part? You are getting 1 mark. So we have given 10 marks for that question as well. Let's do question number 4. It's about statistics question. The table shows marks of a set of students for a mathematics paper. So table is given. According to the information of above table, complete the following histogram. So first you have to check whether the widths are the same. 0 to 10, the width is 10, 10, 10. And the last one is 30 to 50. So that's width is 20. So from this one, you can straight away draw the histogram. Fill in the blanks of the table using the histogram. First, we'll draw the histogram. So here, 10 to 20, that's 6. So straight away, you can get the same height. So 10 to 20, that's 6. 20 to 30, that's 8. So that means the height is 8. And then it's given 30 to 50 is 6. So you have to fill the number of students. So when you are dividing this into equal parts, this one is also 6, this one is also 6. So altogether, 6 and 6 becomes 12 here. So you can put 12 there. So you can fill in the blanks of the table. Then using the histogram, draw the frequency polygon. So how you draw the frequency polygon? You mark all the midpoints of the equal bars. So these ones are the midpoints and mark the midpoint of the previous interval and the interval after. And then you can connect all the midpoints and then make sure that you connect these 2 points as well, because it's a polygon, it's a closed figure. So that's the frequency polygon. So how many marks you are getting for this one? So you are getting drawing the histogram, 2 marks, and frequency polygon, 1 mark, and 1 mark for this value. So altogether, how many marks? So you are getting 6 marks for this one. So we need to give more marks. So joining this point and here this one and this one, another 1 mark you are getting. So 6 marks altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then let's take the B part. It says while equal number of students selected music and dancing. So equal, and the number of students who selected drama is exactly half of the number of students who selected music. So we'll put this one is 2x. So we'll put this one as 2x and this is 2x. And this one is half of that. That's x. Find the magnitude of angle at the center of each sector and indicate it in the pie chart. So the sum of angles in a pie chart is 100. So this is 360. So you can add it 2, 2, 1. 5x plus 90 that should be 360. Then when you take 90 to the other side, you get 270 here is 5x. Divide by 5, you get x equals 5 times 5, 25 for 20, that's 54 degrees. So that means this angle is 54. This is double of that, 108, and this is also 108. So how many marks you are getting for each angle? You are getting 1 mark for finding x. And that's all. For finding all the angles, just 1 mark. Then let's take the next one, part 3. Find the number of students selected dancing. So that's, we found 108 degrees. We found how many students in art section? We found 30. 30 for art section. So 90 degrees means 30. So we need to find out what about 188 degrees. 30 divided by 90 multiplied by 108. 3 and 108 divided by 3. You get 3 times 3, 9 and 6. 36 students are doing dancing. So how many marks for that part? You are getting 2 marks. So altogether we gave 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do the last question. That's about probability. The following incomplete grid shows the sample space of ways of winning a competition, which is done orally and written by a group of 2 boys and 3 girls. 2 boys and 3 girls. Complete the above grid. So, same student are doing both exams, oral test and written test. So, you have to consider all possible outcomes. So, 5 times 5, 25 possible outcomes are there. So, that's the grid. So, you are getting two marks for the So, you are getting 2 marks for the 2 marks for showing all the sample space. Let's do the next part. Encircle the event of winning a test by a boy and other test by a girl in the grid and find the probability of it. So, one is from boy and one is from a girl. So, if it's a boy one written test, then that should be a girl for the other one. So, this part. And if it's a girl, this one should be a boy. So, you have to encircle like this. So, for that you are getting one mark for encircle this and 1 mark for calculating the probability. So, how many outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 outcomes are there out of altogether 25. So, the probability of this is 12 over 25. You are getting another 1 mark. for that. Then part B. The above competition is done by selecting the students only who win the written test or the oral test. The probability of passing the written test by Nimal is 3/5. So this is passing given. Complete the following tree diagram. So this means not passing. So what's the probability here? The whole thing is 1. So 1 minus 3/5, that means 2/5 is here. So showing that on the tree diagram, you are getting 2 marks. And what's the next part? Part 2. If the events of passing the oral test or not are mutually exclusive events, expand the above tree diagram indicating the probabilities of passing the oral test or not. So this is mutually exclusive, means there's no intersection. So passing, so we can say equally likely. So passing of the oral exam is half and the not passing is also half. So we can extend the diagram, this one. If you take the oral, one, this can be pass or not pass, and this can be pass or not pass. And what is the probability of passing the oral exam? It's like half and half. It's equally likely. So that's the extended tree diagram. So you are getting 2 marks for that. Extending the tree diagram. And what's the last part? Part 3. If Nimal participated for both the tests, find the probability of losing the competition after facing both the tests. So how you can lose this competition? That means failing both the tests. So what's the probability? So that means you have to select this path, failing both the exams, 2/5 and half. So the probability of losing. So probability of losing the competition is 2/5 into half. So you get 1/5. So how many marks for that? You are getting 2 marks. Let's see how many marks we have given for the other questions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already given. So 2 marks for the last part. So that's the last part of the whole paper. So we completed all 25 short questions and 5 long questions. So make sure that you take 12 minutes per question in part B. That's the maximum time, and less than 2 minutes for each question in part A. First do the paper and then watch my video to check your answers.
To watch these important lessons, subscribe to DP Education's YouTube channel right now. Click on the bell icon to stay updated on the latest lessons. Sri Lanka's largest free online school, DP Education.